In the heart of the bustling metropolis, tucked away in an unassuming box, was a mysterious button. It wasn't just any button, oh no, this one had a mind of its own. Meanwhile, deep beneath the city, in the shadowy lair of Gru, the supervillain, a group of minions were stirring. They were looking for something, anything to make their day less miserable. Their leader, Kevin, always optimistic, suggested they play with the new toy they had found. But Stuart, as always, was skeptical. What if it bites? He asked nervously, holding up a fluffy toy spider. Bob, however, couldn't resist and started tickling himself with the spider, much to Stuart's horror. Suddenly, their mischief was interrupted by the arrival of another minion. He had stumbled upon something peculiar, a button lying all alone on a table. The minions gathered around it, utterly confused by this strange object. What is this thing, and how do we use it? Kevin wondered aloud, pushing the button with his nose. Nothing happened. As the minions struggled to comprehend the concept of a button, their friend, Phil, who had a knack for fixing things, decided to take matters into his own hands. I think I know how to fix this, he announced confidently. With a determined look on his face, Phil began tinkering with the button, attempting to figure out its purpose. Meanwhile, back at Gru's lair, Gru was fuming. His latest scheme to take over the city had been foiled once again by the meddling minions. Those little yellow pests, he growled, kicking a chair in frustration. Little did he know the chaos that was about to unfold. As Phil continued to work on the button, Stuart couldn't help but express his concerns. Are you sure this is safe? It looks like something from a human factory, he said nervously, eyeing the button suspiciously. Just then, Bob, ever the curious one, decided to take a closer look. He leaned in and accidentally pressed his finger against the button. The moment Bob's finger made contact with the button, the room began to shake violently. Alarms blared, lights flashed, and the minions found themselves in the middle of a terrifying earthquake simulation. They screamed and ran for cover as the floor beneath them rumbled and shook. In the midst of the chaos, Kevin realized the true purpose of the button. It's not a button, he exclaimed, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. It's a remote control. As he pressed another button, the shaking stopped abruptly, leaving the minions in stunned silence. Seizing this opportunity, Phil, being the wise minion that he is, decided to investigate further. He picked up the device and studied it closely, trying to decipher its many functions. As he tinkered with the controls, he accidentally activated a setting that filled the room with a thick, green smoke. The smoke cleared and the minions found themselves in a completely different environment. They had been transported to a tropical island filled with palm trees, white sand beaches, and crystal clear water. Whoa, where are we? Bob exclaimed in awe, his eyes wide with wonder. Suddenly, a familiar voice broke the silence. What's going on here? It was Gru. The minions had inadvertently activated the button's teleportation function, transporting them all to the island. Gru was furious, but before he could unleash his wrath, Phil quickly changed the setting on the device, activating the self-destruct mode. The island vanished and the minions found themselves back in their lair, just in the nick of time, just before Gru could express his extreme displeasure. And so the minions continued their chaotic adventures, forever seeking mischief and mayhem wherever they went. Their discovery of the mysterious button only added to their list of wacky escapades, reminding them that even in the darkest of lairs, a little bit of fun could always be found.